Shia Labeouf, one of the best actors of all time, one of the most talented actors to ever exist, especially when it comes to young actors. He's arguably the best young actor. But, and then when it comes to fame, it always comes with controversy.
Fuck, what happened to my boy now?
When you look up
What'd he do?
Shia Labeouf in recent past months, the story with FKA Twigs, another celebrity, FKA Twigs, an artist, pops up. Labeouf has spoken about the situation, but I actually want to break down the FKA Twigs situation. I want to talk about this for those who don't know. For quick reference, FKA Twigs sues Shia Labeouf, citing relentless abusive relationship. The lawsuit filed in Los Angeles by the musician accuses the actor of sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress. So this led to Shia LaBeouf's quote-unquote cancellation. Jobs, opportunities were kind of disappearing.
Yeah.
But then, for those who know and are fans of Shia, you know that he's a very deep, emotional person. So you would think like, damn, why would he do this? He must have been in a very dark state of mind. And I want to obviously pay respects to FKA Twigs, the lady. You do not want to pick too much of a side with this. But we do have Shia LaBeouf speaking out and talking for the first time. Shout out to YI. We've been watching this back and forth, talking about this interview Shia LaBeouf did with John Bernthal. John Bernthal is one of my favorite actors. John Bernthal, he's from The Punisher. A lot of dope movies, but The Punisher is my favorite role of his. He really killed that Punisher role. Very, very dope podcast he has. Shout out to the real ones. This was his conversation with Shia LaBeouf. They officially fully released the whole conversation. In the beginning of the conversation, he speaks about the FKA Twigs. Now, bear with me. I didn't watch the full discussion yet, but I want to kind of just touch upon the beginning of this interview because he basically apologized and takes accountability for the actual actions. He's not denying anything. He's taking full responsibility here.
To sit down with another cop, I think is phenomenal with you. I'm not just kissing your ass. I think this is really special. I like how small it is also. Anyway.
As soon as you got out of that car,
yeah.
Can you lead me in a prayer?
Yeah, all right, definitely.
About this conversation and what we're trying to achieve?
First off, I'm prepared to go every which way.
Let's go,
yeah,
man.
I think that it's my environment. There's not a whole lot of dudes that are taking accountability. You know, I fucked up bad, like crash and burn type shit. Hurt a lot of people. And I'm fully aware of that. And I'm going to owe for the rest of my life. And I also don't have that feeling about the woman who's accused me all this shit like I did in the beginning. When it first landed, I thought, man, you know, there was I wanted to hit Twitter and be like, look, I got receipts, this, that, but this, but not that, but this, but not that. And the reality is, all of that shit is unimportant. The reality is that she saved my fucking life, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So I she's like some kind of sage or like a, I don't know. She's a saint for me, because had she not intervened in my life and not created the avenue for me to experience ego death, I'd either have a really mediocre existence or I'd be dead in full. And you know, I had no love in my life. I had no purpose in my life. My whole purpose, as you know, was just craft. It was just, I'm gonna be good at this thing, and that's all that I have. The only thing I care about in life is being a good actor. And that's such a vapid, shallow existence. And three emotions that I toggled between, which was, I would feel anxiety, depression, and excitement. And I thought excitement was joy, and I thought lack of depression was serenity.
Peace, yeah.
And I had no spiritual life. I had I was bankrupt spiritually. I thought my whole spirituality was this craft. Because other than smoking weed and drinking, the only spiritual experience I ever felt was on set. You know, that's the only time my perspective would shift and change. And it's the only time I ever...
So it got very deep. This is a very powerful interview. I recommend everybody watching it. There was a clip that he posted before dropping the full interview that I watched. It was very deep. He was talking about his experience with like the AAA, like the Alcoholic Anonymous people. But it was like a different version of it. It was like an aggressive, like he showed up to meet him, and the guy told him to do something, and Shia didn't want to do it, and the guy walked away. Like, all right, you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. And then it would force Shia to be like, hey, what are you doing? Right, you don't care? It was like a very like strategic, different type of standard. something that I guess a lot of Hollywood famous actors and celebrities deal with, because this guy was like a professional in that, right? And that clip, I got emotional watching it. Was very dope, very deep. But then this full interview, I got to finish it. But here we have him starting off.
Send that shit to me. I want to watch it. I don't watch stuff like this, and this shit caught.
Yeah, it was very, man, this guy, Shia LaBeouf, you know, because we don't want to fucking, it's not like, oh, justifying like, oh, his shit, but it's like reminding you that not everyone's perfect in this world. We're not perfect human beings. We all have a past that we might regret or we might not, but we have mistakes, mistakes that we've committed or mistakes that we might commit in the future. We never know, you know, depending your age, depending what you've gone through in life. Shia LaBeouf is someone here publicly acknowledging of that. And very dark, you know, he's saying that FKA Twigs, she saved his life, you know. Her accusing him of the situation was something that benefited him in the long run. And by that, he means, like, yes, negative context, negative attention, but it forced him to look at the mirror, actually change his life, change who he is as a person. Now, if he goes and does this again, then obviously, I feel like people can be like, yeah, people can be like, that shit does not matter. Fuck this guy. But now we have to give him a second chance. If you want to give him a second chance, he's asking people to do this. And I think people have been very, very well receiving of this. Shia is just an inspiration of mine. I've always loved Shia LaBeouf, like his mindset, his way of thinking. But when the FKA Twigs story came out, I definitely was disappointed in him. I was like, this is disgusting. Like, fuck, man. Like, not another one, because it always happens to the people that you look up to. Yeah. Kanye West, etc. There's always something darker, a weirder story. But at the same time, it's like you have to be careful and mindful of who you look up to and why you look up to them for. Not everybody's perfect. Shia LaBeouf, another person that is not perfect. His imperfections are what makes him who he is. Shout out to Shia LaBeouf. I would love to meet him one day. Or maybe not, because I feel like I'll just break down and cry, maybe be mad at him for no reason.
I would love to have a conversation.
I love Shia LaBeouf, man. Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. I never have enough of him. Pause.
They gon' love me for my ambition.